Parkour is, I think it means something different to everyone who trains parkour. They get something different out of it. For me, it's just all about opportunity, being able to take a problem, instead of finding you don't look at a wall and see what's not there and think, well, we don't have a rail, so we can't do this move. But, you come up with something else, you just work with what you have. And I think being able to apply that kind of mindset to real life, where you don't see problems as something in the way, you just see problems as an opportunity to do something good with it. So that mindset is definitely a big plus to training parkour. Parkour kind of opens your eyes up to the things you don't see before it. You don't really experience that sense, that need to move until you start doing parkour. So for a lot of people, they don't have that need to do it like we do, that kind of, fidgety, unable to, just can't sit still. Before you start parkour, you're just completely oblivious to all the opportunities and the things that it opens up for you. Grahamstown's definitely a lot more laid back than other towns I lived in. I used to live in Durban. But there's also a lot less happening in Grahamstown in the way of, especially in the parkour and freerunning scene. Yeah, Nick, my roommate, we've been best friends for quite a while, and I suppose, especially having your best friend doing parkour with you is a lot more fun than having anyone else training with you. Especially when it comes to the night missions and things like that, where we're exploring, rooftops and hiding from people and things like that. We don't really search for routes so much as we just look for general locations. Most of it's done during the day, but some of the more rooftop style stuff, we do that mostly at night, mostly because most people don't like you climbing on their roof, for obvious reasons. So yeah, we don't get spotted that easily, but yeah, when we're climbing buildings and going up onto rooftops and looking for those kinds of things, we'd definitely rather do that at night. And it's a fantastic feeling getting to, explore your city in ways that most people never get to. Security guards and, high-tech and campus security, they mostly leave you to do your own thing. I think they only really get involved when someone else complains. We've had a couple of run-ins with lecturers and people like that as well who don't really understand what we're doing, and I think because we look so young, people assume we're just being idiots and throwing ourselves around on walls, and they don't really believe that we have that control, that we know what we're doing and we're doing it in such a way that we're not going to hurt ourselves. The most injuries, the little niggly things, but even general injuries, most of them will come from when you're kind of not focusing. I think that little lack of focus is where most injuries come through, because for the big gaps, roof gaps and these very dangerous jumps, most freerunners are very careful about them. They do a lot of back prep, which a lot of people don't see. A lot of people think that parkour is quite an adrenaline sport. I think for some people it probably is. But for most of the people, well, for myself and most of the people that I met, it's not really about the adrenaline. It's more for being able to look at a big gap or, stand on a small wall a couple stories up and be completely calm, have that confidence to know that you're in control of the situation. And yeah, it's just pure enjoyment. Once you get past that initial fear and you really get that full control of your body, it's just pure enjoyment being able to do these things and be calm about them.